Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the St. Clair Saints broadcast. Today we are going to be going over 3 games. We have Overwatch, we have League of Legends, and we have some Rocket League going on today. How do you think what do we have going on in Overwatch?
Well, we got to get into introductions, Gabe. We got to get into
yeah, that's right.
introductions.
I'm so excited for the Overwatch game. I broadcasted last game, and then I want to see it.
So
Yes.
I'm joined with Gabriel, I of course, and Patrick Smoke Chambers. We're gonna go over some Overwatch, Rocket League, and League of Legends, as Gabe was just telling us about.
That's my specialty.
Yeah, I'll jump into the Rocket League match first. You want to do that? Yeah, okay, let's just go ahead. So, St. Clair Saints Gold going up against ISU. It is the CRL play, so this matters quite a bit. Saints so far in the season with the roster of Eris, Christian, and Ramen are 0-1. They sadly lost to Ole Miss last week in a reverse sweep as well. Very tragic. ISU, on the other hand, are 1-0 right now, so they're feeling pretty good about themselves, and they also beat Northwood White, which is not Northwood's main roster, but still a very good roster. Nonetheless, we know Northwood usually dominates the CRL as well, so they got to be feeling pretty good about that. No mention in the guys on the side of ISU. Tell us about the league matchup right now.
All right, so the league matchup, they're going up against a pretty good team. I saw a few games of those guys. I think it was last year. But it is going to be our Saints Varsity team against the Desales. I think I'm saying that right. Desales University. We're gonna have Bigger Boy in the top lane as per usual. We're gonna have Maddie in the jungle, which is. It's something that I'm going to find really interesting because I saw him on the Briar last game I was casting, and he looked super good. We're going to be going with Rockboom as the ADC. We're going to have Zephyros in the mid lane, and supporting the entire bunch is going to be Alonso. So we're going to have a really good roster signing up here, and we're going to have some pretty interesting laning phases because one of the things that I love to see about League of Legends is the way the laning phase goes, because it's one of the biggest skill expressions for the players, right? It's when you say, all right, it's you and me, we're going to see who's better. Then we're all going to group up after like 15 minutes, and we're going to do something, right? And what I love about the way that the Saints play is that Alonso likes to roam a little bit, right? He likes to make some plays around in the game pretty early. So you have those scenarios where you're going to be in the mid lane, you're going to be chilling, you're going to be farming. Then all of a sudden, you see Zephyros misplacing. You're like, okay, well, what is he doing? I'm going to engage on him. I'm going to go kill him. And then Alonso shows up, and you go, oh no, that's not good. So you love to see those little scenarios show up, and then people start making little mistakes, but it's not that they're mistakes. It's just they don't know that Alonso is just hiding in the bushes or he's doing something, right? So you have people kind of doing the question mark ping or something like that, and then it's all of a sudden, oh, okay, I need to back off because we don't know where the support is. Alonso plays... he plays out of vision so much that people love playing with him. That plus, I mean, the synergy with Maddie, right? If you have a jungler plus a support ganking your lane, you're screwed either way. I mean,
right. So in terms of predictions, then, what do you think the league match is going to go?
Honestly, I'm thinking it's going to be close. The other team is strong, but St. Clair is 2-0. Right, they have their tempo. They're feeling confident going into this match. They had a complete sweep against Université du Québec de Trois-Rivières. So they are like, what I saw from that game was just St. Clair had full control over everything. If they can just repeat that, they're going to dominate again.
So a dominant win coming from St. Clair, hopefully on League of Legends. Let me just wrap it up with the Overwatch match right now. So our varsity team with Squeak on the tank, DPSs in Emerin and Crime, and our supports in Razor and Redux are going up against KSU right now. KSU 3-3. So a little bit of a mid-season coming out from them, but, you know, ups, downs, kind of a mix of both. Our Saints, on the other hand, this varsity team, are 6-0 right now with a chance to finish 7-0 and a flawless season. And it's a very interesting one because it's not only just a 7-0, it's a 7-0 if they hopefully win today. If they don't give up a single map, today,
That's
it's a
gonna be so
7-0
clean.
without them dropping a map this entire season.
Like that
Which is incredible. So through these last 6
mind-blowing.
matchups, they have not dropped a single map. They look absolutely incredible. And, you know, some other players coming in, of course, that we, you know, don't see as often. But again, all of these Saints rosters are just one big roster where some people just start more than others. But today, it's going to be good. I can't wait to see what they bring us. Hopefully, they keep everyone guessing, and hopefully see some pretty baller plays coming out from the Saints Overwatch team.
Most definitely. Baller plays all around we will be seeing today. I am really hoping. But with that said, I think we're going to launch this one into a break until the game start. How about that?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll see you guys after the break. GG. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be starting off with some Overwatch, I am being told, so we're going to hop into that match very soon. What do you expect in the lineups?
I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but I mean, we can just see them
Ooh,
right
okay,
now.
it's right
Why
now.
not? We got Emerald on the Symmetra, Crime on the Bastion, Squeak on that Reinhardt, and then we got our supports in Razor and Redux on the BAP and the Lucio right now. So, yeah, it's just going to be interesting what happens. Enemy team right now as a huge pick comes in so far as the Reinhardt just absolutely smashes, just shatters.
Ooh,
Oh my gosh, he's actually going crazy. I was going to make a comment about him taking out the, what is that, Sigma, who's now switched to Ryan, but he just went through and absolutely destroyed the Baptiste. Redux finding a pick as well. So far, they have control. They are looking very good. Redux on that Lucio, it's going to be huge to see what he can do. Being able to just get your team into places very sneaky and quickly on that Lucio with that speed. Hopefully he can keep himself alive. They do need him alive for a long time here because their main healer and only source of huge healing coming out from that Baptiste. On the other side, though, we have the Hanzo and the Lucio, the Bastion, the BAP, and the Reinhardt. So it's going to be interesting. But so far, our Saints looking strong. And we can even see some Rocket League getting played out here. Illinois State versus St. Clair. It's 1-1 so far. 50 coming into the corner. Seems like Eris couldn't quite get what he wanted out of it. But it seems like right now it's just being kind of put back and forth. 1-1 so far, so we don't really know what's been happening, who's been kind of looking the more dominant team. But, you know, some pretty back and forth matchup going on right now.
Most definitely. We're going to be seeing some interesting things on the Rocket League side. On the Overwatch side, too, I was looking at the draft. Oh, there's a kill already on that Lucio, followed up by, oh my god, that's a Quadra. All right, they just got cleared out.
That's a team.
St. Clair's dominated again.
That's team kill. St. Clair looking really, really strong as they now also have the sim wall and the BAP screen in motion. But now, let's switch back up to Rocket League. Ramen, he's going to get a quick, Christian going to get a quick shot off, saved out by CG. I do remember watching Illinois State in the qualifiers as well. They were a team that we saw loads of, and they also did a little bit of damage to us as well, as I'm sure you're aware of. They eliminated our, I want to say, green team into the bottom bracket in one of these CRL quals. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they look, if they've gotten better, if they look the same. You know, some of these questions, they're going to find answers tonight.
It's going to be a close game, honestly, and I'm really interested in seeing how that's going to play out. We're going to see, oh god, the ball coming really close to the net here, getting cleared. We're going to be seeing a lot of fighting, right? For that ball, we're going to see a lot of dueling. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, hold on. I'll tell you what's happening right now. No mention finding a demo in the back end. I think St. Clair should have this series, but ISU is also very good. I think they'll win it, but I honestly think it's going to go the full distance. I think they take it 3-2. Eris on the jump. He's going to be able to find the pass, but it's not going to find Ramen. Christian trying to pre-jump. Can he find the 50? Yes, he can. Trying to get to the corner now. When he gets the boost steal, that's really vital. He'll be able to use that back on defense. As you see now, No Mansion with that, with not getting that 100 boost, he's going to be able to run out, run dry, and he's not going to have enough to continue the aerial. Christian on the challenge from Sith, trying to find Eris. He's going to have the backboard. Can anybody read it off of him? It's going to be Christian. Can the bump come through? Not quite. Eris almost had the bump, which would have let the defender go flying, would have created a really good open chance, but back and forth we go yet again. It seems like Eris is going to try to lay one off to Christian. Back to Eris. Can he find the shot? Yes, he can!
That's
of course he can! Eris has been shooting lights out this entire season. He's such a gifted player. He always knows simply where to be at the right place in the right time, and he finds an absolute laser into the upper 90. Saints go up 2-1.
That was a clean shot. The ball was right in the middle of the net. He saw his opportunity. He just beamed that ball right in, and no hesitation. Just that. I think that was the cleanest path I've ever seen a shot taken from. Like,
yes,
that was
that was
right
amazing.
center in
You always
there.
love those ones where they're just like right off the pass from the teammate, and the ball just hasn't. It's just suspended, and it's just waiting for someone to absolutely.
Like the one in the
deck it
tutorial.
straight in. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the tutorial pass.
Eris, does he have a flip? He's trying to get it to the backboard, but no Mansion there to meet him. CG trying to find the 50, but he's not going to find it. However, the ball is moving to the corner so far. They've been doing a really good job of getting this pass out. No Mansion! You really want that one back. That should have been for sure a pretty just straightforward shot. But the pressure from the defense, I guess, got to him just a little bit. Maybe he didn't have as much boost. Maybe he was forced a little bit awkward. We couldn't really tell from the angle, but either way, definitely going to want that shot back. Illinois State staying down by 1 as they try to form up another offense. Save coming up by Christian on the shot from No Mansion. Eris, you have to clear here in a 1v2. It's going to get put out by CG, but Ramen there to back up his man. Eris off the bounce, going to find the corner. Can he find the read? No, not quite. Big bang clear out from the side of Illinois State. Ramen, Christian trying to find the backboard, and Eris getting the demo in the backline. He's going to find another one as well. Double demo coming out. Double commit on the side of Illinois State as well. They don't have very much boost. It seems like CG is going to be able to claim that boost pad in the mid there, though. He's going to be able to help to defend against Eris. No Mansion trying to clear out space, and he doesn't have a lot of it, but he gets the 50. CG able to read the corner. Christian finding the clear, though. However, that's a big boost grab on the side of CG. He might be able to use that later on. We'll see if it comes into effect. Sith off the wall, but he's going to get 50'd out. Eris playing control. It seems like the Saints right now have this going. The ball's dropping down, and that's going to be all she wrote. The Saints having total control. Boost steals going by the wayside of the Saints, and they set up perfectly. Ramen able to finish his own ceiling touch, and there you go.
That
right off the bat,
beautiful.
Clean 1-0, Saints take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, no, that was really well played. Here, back on Overwatch, we got a double kill already from the Tracer. Triple? Okay, Tracer is popping off today.
Well, it seems like the BAP screen was just kind of the final thing to go there. It seems like when we can tell, St. Clair had pretty good control of the second point on this map, assuming they won the first one as well. Yep, they definitely did, because we definitely didn't have time to see anything else.
This is lining up
right now, it's just looking really good. You can assume that that BAP screen was kind of used to just force everybody else off the point. Final push comes in, and you do not want to be taking the push on the BAP screen. It's damn near impossible. And really good play of the game as well, coming out from our Symmetra.
Yeah, no, we're going to be seeing a lot, but they just won all the maps last time.
No.
Every single time. This is just one map too.
But they have it so far. So still the Saints keeping flawless as well.
Saying, yeah, this is possible. It's possible.
Looking pretty good.
So if we see this, we are going to have one of the cleanest, well, actually, the
this
cleanest
is the
games
pretty much most clean way
I've
you
ever
can
seen.
run a season. Yes.
Does that doesn't happen in pro play, right?
I mean, it shouldn't.
I don't think it does.
I'd have to get the history books out on this one. I'd have to get the stats out, but I would assume probably not. Now, in the collegiate scene, I'm sure it's been done before, maybe. But even then, I really don't know. The whole point is the Saints are looking very dominant right now, and they're just going to continue to roll. On the side of Rocket League as well, we saw, let's analyze that game real quick. What was it? 3-1 as Ramen finishes his last shot as well. The Saints looking really good so far on the back foot. They don't seem to care at all. Shots not really affecting them. Also, on the side of Illinois State, if you want to get back into this, series, I know it's only the first game, but the one thing I immediately noticed was the demos from the Saints coming out a lot more often than the demos from ISU. ISU not really able to find that much space in their backline. They weren't really getting the boost steals that they needed to, not finding the demos either. They couldn't really clear out space. Side of the Saints, we saw Eris even with a double demo. You know, he's always back there. Someone from the Saints always back there, usually Ramen. He's usually more of the backline enforcer.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone was always back there on the side of the Saints to clean up those demos, set up those nice passes from Christian, finding Eris on the shot. We all saw how that got set up. It was very clean, very beautiful.
Yes.
And I think so far the Saints are looking good heading in 1-0 in the series.
Most definitely. We're seeing a lot of clean plays on the side of the Saints. And what I think we're going to be seeing in this next game is we're going to be seeing, well, actually, we're hopping into it right now, but I think we're going to be seeing some pretty much the same thing as last time. But here, Illinois State is going to be trying to basically play around what they learned in the first game and stop them from doing exactly what they did. Here, coming in, Eris with the first goal. Okay, maybe they won't be stopping them from doing what they did last game, because that That's another goal.
He's going to be able to find the pinch off the defender. He reads it up the wall beautifully, using the arrow right just to get into position before flip canceling upside down to find the power shot in off the front of his car. Always worth noting that when you hit the ball with the wheels of your car, it's always a lot more of a softer shot. So Eris flip cancels to get the back of his car exposed to that ball to absolutely hammer it. However, that 1-0 lead does not last for too long right now. Illinois State bouncing back really well. Let's see what happens off the kickoff. It's just a simple beat, and Sith is already downfield. He was probably looking for a bump or boost or something. Ball just drops right in his head. Why not? Let's just drive this thing right in real quick. Illinois State getting the quick 1-1 tie-up. And the kickoff is just happening right now. It's ensuing. It's going to be on the side of Illinois State. Sith up the wall. Does he have the flip? Maybe, not quite, but it seems like it's not going to have it at all. He's going to be able to force the 50 shot coming out, but it's going to be immediately blocked. Eris on this back line. He has such an important role. And the shooter in Sith, he's going to find the boost steal, but not a lot of boost when it mattered, when he had to try to find the shot. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite the Saints, though. Quick shot coming out, but it just seemed like it wasn't on target, as it was a little too late off the side. Wall read. I believe that was Ramen trying to get the read there. CG trying to find some pressure. It's not going to happen, though. It seems like Illinois State's a little ropey on their back line there. They may have gone for a little more of an overextension than they would have wanted it to. Ground double not going to be able to be found out, and the bump as well being dodged out and avoided. Ramen on the sidewall, 0 boost. He needs to try to find something because the shot is most likely going to come in. He's going to try to beat him on the 50, and he does. No Mansion rotating back. He sees Christian right now. He has the flip reset to get it over 1, and he's going to find the bump on a No Mansion. Can this free open a shot? Not quite. Ramen trying to put it up. Can he find the backboard? Not quite as well. It seems like Ramen is just so close there, but really good job of the Illinois State defender to just get there when it mattered most. Eris, what an air dribble. Can he find the 50? No, just not right. Sith able to find the save as well. Ramen trying to get to the mid wall, but he's not going to quite get the 50 there. Eris on the back wall too. And right now, I must say the Saints, they are definitely the ones applying the pressure. You know, Illinois State, they came back quick and they got that little kickoff goal, but so far it has been all Saints. That ball has not left the blue side, it seems.
They're not letting the Illinois State, the goal came in, the goal got answered. Now they're playing for, okay. They're playing aggressive. Sith with the goal, just booped in there from the pass with the teammate. Wow, that was really well done.
Yeah, the corner read's going to be found out. It seems like Sith was just, you know, ready for it. CG obviously giving the calm for shot, and Sith able to just finish. He was in the right place, right time, had a lot of that boost, able to flip under the ball, obviously putting even more speed on it. St. Clair just not going to be able to get back and get to that one in time for the save. However, what I will say is, I think I need to see more aggression out of St. Clair as well. I think we need to see a little more bumping, a couple more demos. Solo plays are great, but at the same time, solo plays also a little more of an NA play style. But I think right now, hero plays, you know, they're just kind of tough. You can't really rely on them all the time. You need to try to make something work. You have to have some substance to your game style and or your play style. Ramen able to get the save out by No Mansion as they delay more pressure. It's going to be down for the clear, and it seems like Eris is going to be all over that. No Mansion trying to find the flip reset or a redirect. Not going to quite find it. He's trying to lay it off, but nothing really coming through right now. St. Clair looking strong on defense. However, CG with the flip reset controlling the ball. He has a lot of boost right now. He can start the air dribble. He's going to try to find over 1, but it's not going to quite go. However, he finds the corner. Can he find the shooter in Sith? No, not quite. And it seems like Christian's going to be able to get an easy clear out here. Redirect as well by Ram or by Eris, it seems. No Mansion flip cancel, but he can't find the air dribble. That shot's going to be forced out. Can he get a quick save? Not quite. Maybe it wasn't on target, but this one definitely is. Christian able to find it off the pass from Eris. Let's see. It's just going to be forced out. That was a really good save, actually. But it seems like Christian able to just find the bounce. He's able to put it past, and the ISU defender just simply not in range in time to get that save.
Yeah, here on Overwatch, we just got a triple elimination, so we're going to be seeing either 2 other people die, or we're going to be seeing somebody get locked into spawn.
Resetting. They're just resetting, for sure. Because they're just getting held in their spawn right now. Maywall's going down as well. Sigma Shield trying to let his players kind of take a little more control. But it just seems like so far that St. Clair are looking pretty good so far. Actually, no, you know what? To give it to Kansas State, they have what I believe is 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the board, and they already have 1 point, actually. So to be fair, Kansas State actually doing pretty good. That's going to be the beat placed out, and it also means that Kansas State can also push off of that. We see the effects of the May getting that extra green armor, as you see on the health bar there. They also have a freeze in pocket. Going to be interesting to see how Kansas State uses that later.
Yes, but the goal from Ramen coming out, putting St. Clair 3-2 against the Illinois State. That was very, very well played with the pass there. The setup, just a little nudge down, and then it rolls right into the goal. Well, actually, it like bounced into the goal, but
sure.
right under both of them.
Yeah, you got it down for sure.
Ramen
is just going to be able to find another really clean goal there, as the kickoff is going to be able to
let's
just
watch
go,
that again.
just you know, quick little kickoff. So what happens there? They know what they're doing in St. Clair. They have the first guy go for the kickoff, and they know that they want to kill the ball. What that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that they want to keep the ball as close to the center of the field as possible after the kickoff happens. Ramen, he is going to do something called cheating up on the kickoff, which means that he basically just uses his car, just kind of cheat up a little bit into the midfield, and he's just hoping that he's the first one to the ball to force a quick shot out like that off the kickoff. Kickoff strats for all you guys at home that don't know.
I did not know about that.
Eris in the corner. He's not going to quite be able to find the read. However, no mansion. He has the flip reset, can use to 50, yes, but it's not going to go in his way. Ramen, he just has to kind of stay conservative here. He knows the shot's going to be forced out, but I think he got bumped.
Oh,
yes,
no.
he did. CG with the quick dagger, Sith with the assist, but the play is all on Ramen. He was in perfect position, but look at this bump that comes in onto him. That's why he's not in good positioning for the save. He was almost there to rotate. He had it perfectly read out, but right now, Illinois State, it was looking very secure for the Saints. Illinois State have 12 seconds left. They're looking to force a quick shot, and they're almost going to find it. Eris with a beautiful save to save the Saints and keep them in this one.
Again?
Shots coming out again,
again,
but Christian with a pinch off the interior post, able to get this ball out. It's going to be killed off the touch, off the ceiling. Saints take a quick 2-0 lead in the series in what was a little 10-second nail-biter.
Yeah, that one, that was close. That was at Saints Gaming. .ca, I think that was the fourth one. This one, Overwatch, Saints Gaming.ca 2.
Wow.
On Twitch, of course.
Sorry. If I just saw that correctly, do you remember when we were on them last time and we saw that they were getting held in their own spawn?
Yeah.
They were still in their own spawn when that round ended. The Saints gave up 80 meters on the movement on the payload, and then they just said, you know what, we're tired of you moving this thing. Let's just spawn camp you for the next 3 minutes, and they did exactly that. So right now, St. Clair with another point on the board. Obviously, Kansas State have 0 seconds as well on their timer. Their timer ran out. They just got held in spawn the entire time, only moving 80 meters. We're going to see what these lineups look like as we come out. Emerin on the May, followed by Bastion on the Crime, Squeak with the Sigma, and Razor and Soaks as well on the Bap and the Lucio. Going to be really key to see how the Sigma is able to provide his shield on the side of Kansas State as well, as we see that there's that Hanzo. Sigma, of course, able to get that shield up and forward, protecting Hanzo and giving him those really good long angles. You see stuff like that on Junkertown as well. That's another really good map for hit scans that go long range with Sigma as well. Able to just provide those shields that give the hit scan a couple of really cheeky angles and also just keep them protected.
Yeah, you want to make sure, mainly on Hanzo with that big head hitbox, but you want to make sure that you're playing really well. In League of Legends here, there's an engage. I'm going to get to talk. On to the support. Is that the support? I think that's the support. Maokai, Twisted Advance, Braum Ultimate, freezing the entire lane. Rel trying to pick up the kill to kind of tie that up. It's actually going really well. Okay, 2 deaths, 1 for 1. Here, trying to get the double kill. Double kill from the... gets had on the Rel. So very, very clean. That was a good dive. Probably going to get them ahead. So really going to be... yes.
I will mention really quickly, if you are getting sick of our commentary and you just want to watch pure gameplay as well, you can see if you want to watch Overwatch, Saints Gaming CA2 has pure gameplay going on there, Saints Gaming CA4 on the Rocket League as well, and Saints CA Gaming 3 covering your NACE StarLeague League of Legends matchup so far. Sorry, Gabe, continue.
Yes, here Misfortune kind of just chilling, getting some CS. Braum trying to get some poke We're getting some... Oh, we got an engage, a big fight. Irelia here, dashing around, getting some heals off of minions, while Aatrox throws a Q, pops his ultimate, so World Ender will have to be used just to run away from that Irelia. All of that dashing. Ooh, okay, here everybody going berserk in the bot lane. Really deadly when it comes to a Jinx, but luckily we're early on in the game, so her damage is pretty negligible. So the damage on the Braum, who's pretty damn tanky, is pretty negligible. But here, Renata Glask into this comp is actually not too bad. Aatrox with his passive deals a heavy amount of damage on his auto attack, so if she can launch it at the right time, that auto attack can deal a serious amount of damage to someone like Jinx. Plus Jinx, right now on this patch, actually has, well, I'm not going to call it an exploit or a bug, but her passive gives her bonus attack speed and movement speed. Now, in this one, it stacks. And wow, the assassination from Orianna onto Syndra here. Braum ultimate being used. MF using her own, but getting completely blocked by Braum's shield, as per usual. But here we're swapping back to Rocket League.
Yeah, No Mansion going to be able to get the epic save real quick onto Eris' shot right now. 1-1 so far as we get into 3 minutes left of this action. Can Eris find the redirect? No, not quite. Ball slides by him on the wayside. No Mansion looking for a clear. He's going to get it past Ramen. He has a flip. He's going to use it to get it off the wall. Flipping into the second defender as well. Eris, you need to race back here. Beat No Mansion to this ball, and he does. He can use that air roll to try to get in position for the 50, and he does it again. Ramen, you need to try to find some offensive pressure here. He's going to try to look for the bump as the shot comes in. 50s, no! The demo came in as well as Christian gets the shot off, but a fellow Saints, as fellow Saints player just simply saved their own shot as he was rotating by, trying to get out of there. However, really good offensive pressure. We really do like to see that. Just unfortunate way that it ends. Eris, can he find the 50? Yes, he can. However, ball's moving slow. CG trying to get this one out. Does he have the bump? Does he have the 50? He doesn't quite have the dunk, but it was a really good try on the solo play. CG finding the demo onto Eris again. Sith, it's his turn, using the flip to keep control. He has another touch as well, but it's going to get right up by Christian. Eris trying to find the 50, but No Mansion beats him to the ball. Ramen, really important role here. He has to find a big clear. Can Eris beat the man in CG? No, not quite. He doesn't even try to go up as he knows he is beat. Christian trying to find a little bit of air dribble, but it's not going to be caught out. Eris trying to find a long pass. Is Ramen going to be there? No, not yet. No Mansion able to get the beat onto that CG. He's trying to lay it off for his other guy, Sith, but it's not going to happen. Eris with a quick shot, but it's not going to be on target. No Mansion able to get the clear up, but the centers come in. Backflips as well. The Saints have them sort of on the back line, but it's actually going to backfire on them. You send all your eggs into one basket, but this time the basket fell and all the eggs broke. Sith able to get the quick touch off the ceiling, and off the ceiling you see CG able to beat, I believe it was Eris to the ball.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate turn of events for St. Clair getting that ball right in the net. But hey, they're up 2 games. They're pretty safe.
Yes, it is worth mentioning during match point. Yeah,
they just need to answer. They need to play properly. They need to play a clean game, get another goal, get another one after that, because that one goal only ties them, and then just play safe. They can relax. They can sit back. Just let the game roll.
But you don't want to let Illinois State grab momentum and get into this one. You would rather just finish it off as it is right now with a clean sweep. Saints looking to do just that. Sith trying to force the 50 in the corner. It's going to be left off for No Mansion. He has the read and he has the 50 again. Ramen trying to lay it off to Eris. Does Eris have the redirect? Can he find the double? No, not just barely missing it there. Christian able to find the read onto the wall. Can he find the second flip? Uses the second flip to try to get to the ball, but it's going to be 50'd out. Setting up for a pass, though. Can the shot come in?
Ooh,
no, not quite. Ramen laid an absolute dime on the back foot for Eris, but Eris just not quite able to get to it in time. It was just a little too fast of a pass. St. Clair putting on more pressure. Ramen with a quick shot, leaving it down for Eris. Can Christian find it? No, not quite. CG doing a really good job to keep it out. No Mansion, really awkward. He has to use that flip to avoid the bump. Christian coming through, leaving it off for Ramen, trying to find Eris. Can Eris come off the ceiling and find it again? Ramen with a couple of bouncers. It's just going to be suspended in this air for what feels like so long. Christian finally coming over to 50 it. Sith trying to go for a little cookser, but it didn't quite go, so now he opts for the second option, which is to go up the wall and clear it off his own back end. CG trying to find the 50. He finds the pinch. He's going to find the shooter, but Sith, you're definitely going to want that shot back. However, they are up 2-1. They just have to kill time. St. Clair, all the pressure's on you. Eris, ball down. It's going to have to be kept up in the air. Christian, or I believe it do is Ramen, just not quite going to have the read off the ceiling. Illinois State back in the series. They trail 2-1, but it's better than losing 3-0.
Let's hope it's not a river sweep, because not that again. All right, Saints are on map 3 right now. All right, so
yep, they won that second map as well.
Yep, we're looking
we are
pretty
one
good.
map away, Gabriel,
We're
being on a flawless, no maps given up season. And St. Clair, they're in the overtime right now. They're looking really good. Emerin just staying there. They have the first flashpoint. It's looking pretty solid on the side.
Okay,
of the
it's
Saints.
flashpoint.
They also have the May Freeze and the High Noon in Crime. We know what Crime can do on that that Cassidy, not called McCree anymore, Cassidy, as
Yes.
he's trying to find the picks on the hit scan. He's so impressive, and we just got to see, we got to hope that we find some really good highlights out of him. However, there might not be a lot of time to do it just yet, because the Saints are about to just straight up take this thing already. So Lucio trying to get the beat down, but it's not going to happen. The crits come out. Crime with the High Noon. He's going to hit on the Lucio, and then he's going to find the headshot onto the Ash as well. It's all Saints team kill coming through as Squeak cleans off the bat with the fire strike, and it's just absolutely clean play from the Saints. They even have the beat just to help them out if the shatter from North goes down as well. Even just on ult economy, Squeak and Razor the closest to having their ults again, because look, on Kansas State, they burned the Dragons, they burned beat, and they also they just didn't have good ult economy, but they also wasted the 2 ults. It seems like just the Hanzo. Yeah, the May's going to be able to get the Hanzo, and the May is absolutely cooking. Emerin able to find a second in the Lucio before he's taken down by the BAP. However, they have no more speed, and with the Ryan down now and the Shatter being wasted out, Soaks on the Lucio finding one with the Boop, another one in the Ash. It's just so clean. Crime with a quick headshot, getting hit by the Baptiste as well, able to just get that health up. And now Squeak has his Shatter as well, and they have damage screen on both sides. However, if you're Kansas, you have to push with a soon-to-be Bob into a Shatter, and the Saints are on basically 90, almost 90% damage screen going out as well. And it just seems like the Saints are just operating so cleanly. The damage screen, no one's pushing up on the side of them. Genji able to find 2, the swap coming in, Bob finding the Genji as well. However, it's looking all Saints as the supports come in and clean up. They just have to get rid of the Bob, and they do. The Saints take the second flashpoint as well.
Wow, that was... How many do you need in flashpoint to win?
If they get this next one, they're good. Yeah.
They are 1 point away
Yes.
from the cleanest season ever.
Yes, hopefully. Genji getting a little too
too excited there.
into the back line there. Yeah, not the most ideal area to be in when you're pushing a Mei coupled with a I believe it was BAP. That's not a good recipe for success.
That's a lot of
especially
slow.
when BAP basically has 3 health bars with his lamp, his group healing, and just his health bar in general.
Is the lamp even considered a? That's just a I don't die button.
It does grant damage immunity until it's taken out. However, because of the support's passive healing in general, by the time you take it out, BAP's health is already back up. So it's just basically 3 health bars if they can protect it well.
That's rough.
On the side of Saints Rocket League as well, they just seem to have a pretty comfortable start as they do find themselves a goal up, 3 minutes left. If you're Illinois State, you're on match point now. You have to start doing some risky maneuvers in order to try to find your tide. You know you need at least 2 goals to win now against a Saints defense that's proven very strong so far. Eris leaving it off to Christian. He's going to find the corner. Can Ramen be there for the goal? No, not quite. Seems like he's just sitting in the back line, which is what I would have liked to do too. He's electing to play smart. Pre-jump from CG, not going to be able to get found. And right now, St. Clair moving the pressure downfield. It's going to be hit back in there by Ramen. He's going to try to find the 50. He's going to leave it for Eris. Can Christian be on the other side of it? No, the 50 does come in on the side of Illinois State. However, on the side of the Saints, look, they're 90% already on the flashpoint.
Oh, no.
They almost have it.
It's
It's so close. However, with that pick coming out from the May onto the Lucio, it's going to be tough to go down. However, no. It seems like Kansas State just didn't have the utility to get there. Saints take 3-0 on the flashpoint. They take 3-0 on the day. They take the flawless season 7-0 with not a single map surrendered. Fanning the hammer there coming out onto the Reinhardt's going to be a punch as well coming out onto the BAP. Couple of cleanup plays there by the Saints as well to help out. Obviously, McCree, they're putting, or sorry, Cassidy as well. I'm not used to the change yet.
Honestly, even I call him McCree.
I'm sorry. I have to, I got to get used to the change, but the Cassidy doing work, to say the least, as he finds the two
I always
keys.
love seeing Cassidy, honestly.
Yeah.
That feeling of hearing the voice line, it's high noon,
Of course.
is glorious when you're on Cassidy's side. And if you're not on Cassidy's side, it's the perfect line to play the, oh, I'm in danger moment.
Right.
You are about to die if you don't hide.
But look at this, Gabriel. Look, I mean, St. Clair's up
2-0.
2-0 right now in Rocket League as well. With only a minute left, you have to think of your Illinois State. You really have to pick it up here, else you could find yourself just down and out of the series already. No Mansion setting up the pass for Sith. It's going to be off the backboard. Can Sith read it? It's going to be just a little bit slow. Should be right up by the Saints. It's going to be a shot from CG, saved up by Eris. No problem there as they had two defenders back. Sith able to get the bang up top. It's going to set up Ramen. Can Ramen find the third man? No, not quite. CG coming in for the quick 50. It's going to be set up for No Mansion air dribble, but it's going to be launched up into the backboard. Sith not able to quite find it. Saints on the breakaway right now. Can they find what they need in the goal? Not quite. No Mansion sitting back. You have to notice that he has the right amount of boost to get this clear out. He knows that he can just take it slow here. He has shooters downfield. Sith with the shot, and it's not going to go. Sorry, I was just taking a little bit of time to explain how well right now the boost management on the defensive side of Illinois is. However, I must bring up the fact that St. Clair, it doesn't matter boost management all the time because the breezy flick is coming through, but it's going to be saved out by Eris. Beautiful save from Eris. CG finding a demo in the back line on him as well. 20 seconds. Can he find the goal? Yes, he can.
Hey,
Illinois State dropping
there's a world.
back
There's
into
a world.
it. There is a world where this happens. CG finding the really quick touch on the side wall, able to get quick back into the center, finding the shot. Ramen, Eris, and Christian, you have 19 seconds to burn here. How are you going to do it? Kickoff comes through. Ball leading up to the center field. Sith able to find the first touch. Is going to be led up by CG. Eris able to find the touch as well. They need to burn time, and Christian's going to like to do that. It's a huge demo. Can they find any more bumps? Shots being forced out. It seems like right now this is it. This is your last offense. No Mansion with the air dribble. He's past one, but can he get the ball? No, not quite. Boost being drained out. Sith keeps it up. It needs to be No Mansion for the next touch. He's going to try to find another one, but where's the defense? It's got to be coming in soon. Ball's going to be down by the wayside. It's going to take a weird touch with a backflip, leaving it off for CG. However, the Saints should have a really good touch here to clear. It's not going to quite get to the sidewall. St. Clair looking real clean as they take the 3-1 series as well.
That ball was flying. Holy.
Yes, they almost had it. I thought No Mansion had a really good play there, being able to get it over Christian, but not quite as the bump comes in. A lot of boost taken out there. Not enough boost to get back to that ball, and they had to really just send the full house. Didn't quite work out for them.
Yeah, here, it was rough, but hey, St. Clair won.
They're 1-1 now. They found their first victory over a team that beat Northwood White. If I'm the Saints, I'm very, very happy with that.
Yep, nah, they played very well. On the side of League of Legends, we are seeing... I'm finally getting to analyze the draft. Why are all the towers down? All right, so on the top side, for on the Star League, we have an Aatrox, a Maokai, a Syndra, a Jinx, and a Braum. We have on Saints' side, we have an Irelia, a Rel Jungle. Hey, let's go. Okay, we have a Rel Jungle. I'm excited for this. We have an Orianna mid, a Misfortune bot side, along with a Renata to support them all. All right, so on the side of the Desales University, it's not looking too good. The inhibitor being broken here, along with the mid one. The Misfortune ult coming out from the side of Saints Gaming, gonna deal a lot of damage there. The DPS trying to stay alive here. The Sales trying to get on the back line, but just not able to. That Maokai is very tanky. So is the Rel. There's a very tank. Okay, yeah, and that's the Nexus towers. Aatrox trying to run away. Oh no, you're supposed to defend the Nexus. Well, I mean, it's not that you can do much against that. All right, well, Saints University taking the first game. That is very, very good.
Really dominant sweep there as we see the quad kill coming out, and then just the Nexus just gets shattered. Everything just falling on the side of the Saints there. It's a Saints game day, and the Saints are having quite a day so far. They're Overwatch team doing good fall this season. Rocket League team, they're back on the board, 1-1 so far, and what I think was a pretty dominant Rocket League series as well. And League's going good so far as well.
Yes, and in that game, I had the time to take a look at the minimap before the game ended. No towers taken. And that's really important
Wow.
to see, because no towers taken means that they didn't have enough pressure on any lanes to actually push through that, which means that every lane either lost or they didn't lose hard enough, or they didn't win hard enough to take an entire tower. That means that the Herald was probably taken by both of them, taken by St. Clair, and both 2 out of 3 dragons were taken by St. Clair. I couldn't tell which map we were on due to the minimap not really showing that, or I didn't pay attention to it. Either or. But that control over dragon is very important. It was probably, if I have to say, it was probably the first dragon that was given up for the first herald, and then using that herald to get some plates, to get that snowball going, and then eventually they just kind of ran through it. In the brief moments that we did see some League of Legends, we saw Aatrox was really having a hard time against that Irelia, which is actually really an annoying matchup to play. All right, I'm a top laner personally. I play a lot of top lane. All right, and when you play Aatrox, right? He's a champion with very big and lanky abilities, right? He pulls his sword up, he smashes down, then he smashes down that way, then he smashes down, flipperoo down. I don't want to get caught in the cable, but he flips around and then he smashes down. The problem is, Irelia is a champion that dashes a little bit too much. So when you're trying to get those smashes down, you end up having okay, this is going to hit. What's she doing over there? Okay, well, this one. You try and smash her down. Well, now she's over there, and it's like, let me do something, please. But Irelia is a champion that if you have a skill shot, you're not landing it. But yeah, that's gonna be that. I can't wait to see the next game. I want to see some picks like that Rel Jungle.
And we'll get right to that next game soon. More League coming back after this break.
All right, welcome back, Saints Nation. We have game number 2 on the way here as got ourselves, of course, Desales University up against St. Clair College. Saints looking to continue their dominance here in this NACE Star League of Legends scene. My name's Mr. Danners, aka, or I just did that backwards again. My name's Dan Banner, also known as Mr. Danners, joined by Gabriel, of course, once again here on the desk, subbing on in as we do see our champions getting locked in, and compared to game number 1, we see a little bit of a mix-up.
Yes, indeed. We are seeing a very interesting draft here on both sides. Berkerbor opting for a Jax this time, which is going to be a very interesting pick. He just got his visual rework, so he's looking really good.
I was going to say, it did look different.
Yes. Now, I believe that's going to be a Gragas top, which means Jax against Gragas. Gragas doesn't use auto attacks, right? So his counter strike's going to be limited, but it's going to be an interesting game due to the fact that in that top lane, Jax is probably going to go for something like a second wind and Doran's shield here to like keep up with that Gragas poke and sustain, because Gragas heals a lot. So Jax is going to be pushed in a lot during those first few levels. Once he gets his Sheen, though, he's probably going to be starting to play a lot more aggressively because he's going to have that advantage on Gragas. So the game is pretty much going to be played at level 1 when it comes to that top lane. In the jungle, we have a Poppy versus a Graves. Now, Poppy is a very funny champion because she says no to dashes. And honestly, personally, as a top laner, I love playing her because there are so many dashes in League of Legends now.
Yes.
So that ability to control those dashes, even for that brief moment, is super important, right? And as we can see here, there are a lot of dashes. You got Jax, you have Graves. I'm pretty sure Zoe works too. Thresh is another dash because he has it on his Q. And Caitlyn can even dash, and I believe that one is interruptible by the Poppy also. So every single champion there can get stunned and grounded by Poppy. So that engage using Poppy is going to be really strong. And that follow-up with Gragas, too.
That definitely requires some good positioning, however, though. So it's not like it's going to be an immediate, like, sure thing, per se. But
yes,
I do definitely see what you're coming from. And to be fair, if they can do that, where they can get the Poppy into the perfect position to stop dashes, in theory, that would then lend its hand towards the Orianna, throw the ball on top of the Poppy, right, and pop the ultimate in that regard. So definitely going to be a little bit scary there for the Saints to have to deal with. Yes, granted, they do have those dashes that could get them out of dodge if they're there in time. But of course, it's going to be a lot of counterplay to try and get yourselves out of that spot. One thing I quickly wanted to take a look at, though, was the bans on the side of Desales. Did they just basically nuke the entire team from last game, for the most part, with the exception of maybe like Renekton and LeBlanc?
Yep. They literally said, oh, okay, it didn't work last time when they had this. Let's just ban, ban, ban. I mean, to be fair, okay, the ban for the Jinx makes sense because in this patch, her passive is allowed to stack, which means that Jinx, if it's conditional, right? She needs to get kills, but if she takes out like a tower and a champion, her passive stacks, so she gets both the movement speed and the attack speed from her passive twice, right? So a third kill means 3 times, and it resets the timer, which means she keeps it for that long period of time. Meaning, the maximum I've seen it go to, Jinx can have 10 attack speed, which, to all the viewers at home that have never seen 10 attack speed, if you are playing an Ornn, very, very tanky, actually no, a Cho'Gath with like 10,000 health, by the time the first rocket hits you at the maximum of her attack range, you already have another 15 rockets queued up to hit you. And let me tell you, maybe 1 rocket doesn't hurt, but 15 before the first one hits you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to live?
Yeah.
I'm a tank.
So I can only imagine what happens then if that gets turned on your mid laner support or the AD carry in that regard. It cannot be a fun time. And you said this change was just recently?
Yep.
So is Riot just planning on like making some arcane announcements or something at Worlds? Like, are we getting the arcane buff early? We even have a Caitlyn in this game too, so I mean we're starting to get the arcane buff up in here.
It was actually an accident by the team, the balance team. They didn't realize that. Well, they made it stack, but they didn't realize that they should probably place cap So that's what they're going to do next patch. Because after they realized she can go up to 10 attack speed, they went, ooh, we made a noopsie daisies.
Okay, so all the Jinx mains out there, you have about another couple days or so to just be the most absolute zoomer. To just take advantage of that in
Actually,
as
they have
much
a
as you
week,
possibly
because
can.
the next patch is in a week.
Yeah, there you go. You got a week then. Grind out your solo queue games. Wow, you can. But
Yep,
of course,
free LP.
after taking a look at that game one, that one was rather swift, to say the least. Saints were pretty much in the driver's seat the entire time from what glimpses I was able to see. One thing that I'm going to be keeping my eye on, of course, is going to be that bot lane with Rockboom playing Caitlyn, which has not normally been a pick that I normally know him for. But even down in the bot lane as well, of course, Coach Alonso back there with the Thresh once again. So
Yes.
it's going to be definitely really, really interesting, but it sounds like we don't have to wait no longer. Let's get on the Summoner's Rift here for game number 2, see if the Saints can wrap this up in 2, or do we have ourselves a bit of a comeback from Desales, bringing us to game 3.
That's going to be interesting. All right. Ezreal walking away from the invade.
Oh, there's
dodges the Thresh hook. All right, he's safe. He can run away. What? Something just flew there. Wait, what did I just see fly? Oh, that was a Zoe Q. Those things come out of nowhere, I swear. Even from level 1, you just don't know what they're doing there. You're just walking around and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I just dodged a bullet. All right.
Good, though, on the Ezreal there on the side of Desales to be able to walk their way out of there without either one, spending the point into the Arcane Shift, or just burning the Flash. So they can still go into this lane at full strength. Of course, taking a look at that bot lane, we've got Ezreal, Nautilus, of course, up against Caitlyn. Thresh going to be an odd one, of course, with, I would imagine, Rockboom and Alonso going to be able to have their way at least early, but I could be wrong. But the way that they're parked here, they are definitely confident.
Yes, most definitely here. A lot of poke going on in the mid lane. That is definitely something that Zoe does a lot. But what we're going to see here, yeah, big engage from the Nautilus, just kind of rooting everybody, getting some poke off as Ezreal. And they just went down by about half health. That is rough. That's the thing. The Nautilus Ezreal team is really rough to play against because they have a lot of poke and it hurts a lot. So you're going to see a lot of back and forth here. The pots are being used just to stay up to that higher level of health. You're going to want to see here, Ezreal is going to want to pressure, and Caitlyn's going to want to push waves. Caitlyn's going to try and push the waves as much as possible,
right,
so that she basically doesn't have to take the Ezreal poke, right? Because if the lanes are pushed, Ezreal needs to CS or else he gets behind.
Right, and under tower, of course, he's going to need to use those Mystic shots to actually help him CS instead of harass, which in theory should allow for Rockboom to take some solid control as long as they don't get ganked, of course. And taking a look across the map as well, we were emphasizing, or you're emphasizing a little bit earlier, that that top lane battle is going to be a little bit decided early, to say the least.
Yes, most definitely here. And you see that Gragas just bumping an invade. Okay, this is really early, although Graves is a pretty strong champion early game, so I can see this happening a lot. But here, you can see them kind of pathing. Caitlyn just taking her CS, but staying on that side. Thresh coming out with the hook, although Graves is in serious danger when it comes to his health bar, because it is low. Poppy popping her W just to get that extra movement speed, trying to get the slow with the Q, but they can't find any champions, so they're not going to get any kills today. Although, they just found the Caitlyn Nautilus. Big hook. He gets rooted, almost dead.
Oh, Zephyr in the back line. Oh my goodness, Zephyr was in the back line as well, catching one of the players off guard there. So that ends up being a 2-for-1 in the Saints' favor after what looked like Maddie got caught out in the jungle. Maddie ends up getting the live after that, but now teleporting up to the mid lane. Okay, no, just going for some minions, but solid start here for the Saints after what looked like a scary spot. Turned it into a positive.
Yeah, no, that invade was definitely, it was possibly calculated risk. I mean, it came out in their favor, so I mean, they came out really well here. Jax You can see his health bar's low, but he is keeping up with the poke. Now here, Gragas gets the level up, all right? So he's not in danger zone. He can't die from a QE. But, Thresh with the engage here. He's really low, but they're trying to pick out the Ezreal. Ezreal with the Arcane Shift and flash over the wall to make sure he doesn't die. Is trying to pick up that Thresh. Caitlyn tanking for her Thresh. I'm pretty sure that's not the way it's supposed to go, but in this case, it's reasonable. Caitlyn dies due to the gank from Poppy, and then, yeah, Thresh follows suit. That is rough. But, hey, they got the Ezreal flash, which means that Ezreal is looking very gankable here. So if Caitlyn plays back here, maybe they're going to have a gank, or Thresh can get a solid hook on him, lock him down, and make sure he doesn't go anywhere. Here, Caitlyn playing first strike. That
was unfortunate there for Rock Boom, and not initially seeing the jungler come on down. Use the I think it was the 90 caliber net there to fire themselves forward into an aggressive position. But of course, that's also your escape. So it's already gone. And then here comes the Poppy, and it's like, oh, well, I'm in danger. And just got immediately taken down. So rough stuff there from the bot lane after initially getting a small positive with that play with Maddie. Did get ganked and taken around. This might hurt a little bit. Yeah, that's going to be a good solid chunk. Because you fall asleep, you know Zoe's gonna smack you like a truck.
Every single time you get slept by Zoe, you are terrified to see the number that is about to show up on the top of your head. Another sleep. Oh no. Oh no. The Q. It hits. Oh, wait. Orianna ult brings them back. The trade is pretty much equal. Orianna popping a potion to make sure that she comes back a little bit higher health, but Zoe's going to probably match that potion too. So we're going to see, almost with the tower dive on Zoe's behalf.
Sephiroth's trying so hard trying to secure this one, but honestly, good counterattack there from the mid laner on the side of Desales. Guys, not getting scared about the whole ordeal, just waiting for the cooldowns to come on through, and was able to find the ultimates as well, which nearly took care of Zephyriah. It was almost in tower range too, which could have been troublesome. But now does, of course, lead us into the bot, back to the bot lane, where we do see Caitlyn leading, or Rockboom rather, leading over the Ezreal in terms of CS. But Ezreal does have that Sheen, so a little bit of extra damage on those keys.
Yes, most definitely here, and we can see the Jax got pushed in a lot, so Poppy and Gragas are in danger here because Zoe decided to come and gank, and so did Graves, but that's asleep.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Just unfortunate timing there as Zephyriah fires off everything, but it did not necessarily make contact, and good on the Gragas to dive on through there, realizing that, hey, you lost all your stuff, I can just charge you now, basically unpunished, and was able to turn that around. Unfortunate play there for Zephyriah.
Yes, the very unfortunate. Sometimes you miss. It happens. Everybody does it. I do it more often than not, but that's due to my significantly low skill level. Woo, let's go bronze team. I got demoted today.
Hey, just keep grinding.
Yep. Although here, if we're looking at the numbers, all right, so we have a Orianna that is roaming in the river, and she has 60 CS, so she's pretty much equal to the Zoe, but here her wave is pretty pushed in, so Zoe's trying to de-push that, trying to get some plates while Orianna's trying to make a play, maybe in the bot lane, but she says, you know what, nah. So coming back, trying to catch her wave, just kind of getting some poke on the Zoe at the same time. Here, it's going to be pretty comfortable for the Orianna. She has a decent, she's got a decent play here.
Okay, so below zero, they're doing a much better job there on the mid lane of the Desales side of things in terms of dodging some of these Zoe skill shots from Zephyroth, and not getting slept, not getting chunked down to less than a quarter HP before anything can really happen. This could open the door here. We see Kappa making their way towards the mid lane. Zephyroth is right on a collision course, and I don't care how many blades you have, there is just nowhere to go. Below zero going to get credited with the kill on that one and bring themselves back into the lead here in terms of that lane specifically by a couple hundred gold.
Yes, indeed. That was a very good roam on Nautilus's side, making sure to lock down the only angle of escape. You could see the Orianna was actually angling herself a little bit towards the top side to force that escape to be that bot side. And this kill is going to lead to the drag because they don't have any pressure in the mid lane, right? So he's got to catch a wave. Graves here is going to kind of look to possibly steal the dragon. Thresh is still there, right? So he can hook, he can try and zone off.
Oh, here we go.
But here, this is a 4v3. Big fights coming in, big slaps. That Caitlyn hurts, ladies and gentlemen. But we're going to come out with, well, what is a 1-for-1.
Okay, at least Lonzo was able to trade that out and gather the shutdown for himself, which of course it is onto the support, so not necessarily huge in terms of damage, but still going to be valuable. Bakery Boy, good little juking of the ultimates coming out of the Gragas there, because that would have absolutely been death had that made contact. But I gotta say, it's interesting seeing Bakery Boy playing Jax, because for the longest, hang on a second, this could be troublesome. Rock Boom down in the bot lane, does get ulted, gets hooked, and immediately gets destroyed. Good job there from Kappa and Luke there to make the little death bush. Was completely unwarded, and there was nothing you could do about that one.
No. That depth charge point click. Wait, what?
Oh, the Gragas, I think, went for the dive. And then Bakery Boy countered it. So there we go. That's the kind of plays that we were looking for as this dragon is getting taken. One thing I did want to mention prior before the plays ended up happening, because normally when we think of St. Clair College and we think of a Jax player, we're kind of thinking of Ricky LaFleur. But it is really interesting to see Bakery Boy picking up the Jax here in this game. And so far, defensively, strong counterattacks, keeping himself in the lead here in this lane.
Yes, most definitely. I have to say, when it comes to Jax, I myself have been picking him up lately. I don't know. I never really felt comfortable when it comes to those like tankier bruisers. I'm more of a Fiora player myself, or a Camille player.
You're one of those guys, eh?
Yes, I'm kind of the one that likes to be like not too tanky, but yeah, I have a little bit of healing here and there and a little bit of true damage. But when I started playing, I saw the visual rework and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pick it up. And I'm gonna see how it works, because I was never a big fan of Jax specifically, because I felt like he was too hunched, right? So his combos didn't feel really good, at least to me. But picking him up after his VGU, really comfortable champion to play. And I have to say, Jax's Counter-Strike is very similar to the parry. A sleep going down in the mid lane, you know that health is going to get nuked down to below half.
Yep, there
Those
goes.
Potions are just necessary against Zoe.
It's just
holy smokes.
Blink and your health is gone, and now we have ourselves a gank down here in the bot lane. Kappa is not going to be very long for this world, taken care of by Rock Boom, jump-starting Rock Boom up even further, and this is kind of the problem I was going to say here with Desales, as we now see the Rift Herald coming down in the bot lane. Sure, Ezreal has a couple of kills, but they are absolutely getting pushed away in terms of minion farm. Trying to catch their way back up. Below zero, though, on the contrary, has been able to not only keep themselves a CS lead, but currently a kill and assist lead as well.
Jax
now up in the top lane as well.
Here.
Yeah, Bakery Boy with the dual ultimate popped, but does see Papa Tank coming in there. There's the barrel. Gonna force a flash. Good jump there from Bakery Boy as well. Solid play.
Very, very well executed by Bakery Boy, seeing that Poppy showing up and saying, oh, yeah, no, I don't want none of that. Now here, he recognizes that, you know what, my health is high enough, Poppy just went away. I can farm under tower, I'll be fine, because the Gragas ult is gone, right? So he can't get Insect. Here,
Right.
Gragas looking for the Scuttle Wars. Gragas is going to contest that, but Poppy's probably going to come around to try and help out. Jax needs to recall here. Oh, okay,
Got it.
well, I guess Graves is just going to pick it up. That works. No contest on Poppy's side, so I guess she decided to do something a little bit more important, but I can't see what. I think she's heading towards the mid lane here, trying to defend. Yeah,
we do
that's,
see. Yeah, I see Rock Boom and Alonzo here. That was kind of taking some pot shots, maybe something on a plate or so. But with all that happening down in the mid lane, we do see Zephyros down towards the bottom side. Is going to make their way up through the river, maybe try and get involved here. But I feel like Zephyros, unfortunately, kind of starving for resources, starving for gold at this point here. As do have the one hook there onto Alonzo. What a play, actually dives on in. Where's the reinforcement? So Rock Boom so far away. A little bit of an overzealous play. We did see the ace of the hole come out there from Rock Boom, but it did not have anywhere near enough damage to try and one-shot. And now back up in the top lane as well. Natty is trying to take care of Unhand Die IP, or LP, and takes care of that. One shot away, the ultimate does miss, dives on forward, finally taking care of that one.
Yeah, no, that was.
Oh, no.
Oh no! And the reply.
Immediate answer.
It was the hey, I got a kill. Hey, I'm dead. Here, Jax getting hooked on by Nautilus.
Gosh.
Jax trying to reply, but then realizing, hold on, there's more than just one, and this isn't a support. There's an Orianna
no.
displaying the damage. Jax trying to make it a 1-for-1, hopping
shot
onto
away.
Nautilus. He's low. He's low. He's low. He's trying to get the kill, and he. Oh, Jax just dies. He just can't get to that Nautilus. That shield coming in clutch and saving him, but oh man.
Okay, so the Saints are just seeming a little bit overconfident to see some of these plays coming on through there.
Yep.
Or they're just getting unlucky and they're making these plays thinking that it's they're just going after one person, and then surprise, here comes two more between the play that happened there with Alonso and Rockboom in the mid lane, and then Bakery Boy. To be fair, he almost did trade that out 1-for-1, but not quite enough this time by. But the weird thing about it, even though we see up at the top there, Desales almost doubling us in terms of eliminations, yet we still have the gold lead.
Yes. Well, see, there's this neat little thing called gold, and it comes from towers too.
Is that so matter-of-factly? But it
Yes.
absolutely is, and we do see that
And
tower's
we
gone.
just so happen to
Bot
have
tower's
quite a
gone.
few. Yeah, in terms of towers, we have quite a lot taken, and that's why our gold lead is there. A tower, before the plates fall, right, are worth a lot of gold.
Right.
I believe there's a player that actually made an entire playstyle around getting all those plates possible. Even dying for them. There's a big ball in the mid lane. And basically because of that, right, in our objective control here, with the Heralds, right? The Heralds are used to take out those towers. Here, they're trying to go for the contest on the Hextech Drake. The big sleep, they're just getting poked down. Jax going in, popping the ult. Grandmaster at Arms is going to bunk everybody, but he's going to die. Graves with the ult, wrapping up that kill on the support Nautilus. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this
Ezreal going to sleep and dying right after. That is a rough moment for him. Keep on Arcane Shift. Zoe flashing everywhere because these things are getting popped everywhere. Thresh trying to run away, flashes over the wall, is safe. Maybe not. Hold on. Okay, yeah, pops the plant. He is fine. That was a an interesting fight. Zoe trying to get the kills, make them a little bit more even. Not really confident in that fight, which I wouldn't recommend taking. A Gragas and an Orianna is not something you want to mess with.
And that was so scrappy. We're going to see them try to get a little bit of additional damage here. The sleep coming down. I'm waiting for the second part, but not the two-parter. Not this time by there. But a crazy team fight there in the river. Positive on the Saints end as they did secure that dragon. So a little bit of extra bonus gold, a little bit of buffs down in for each of the individual players there on the Saints. But the team fight is definitely where this game is going to be won and lost for Desales, because it seems like objectively they're not necessarily all there, but they can play around this Orianna pretty dang good, I would say, as of right now. Currently 4 eliminations, 0 deaths on the side of below 0.
TP coming out.
Teleport's coming out, going to be immediately swept down. Goodbye, half of your HP. They also get the hook on top of it. They were thinking about going for it, but again, they might be kind of second-guessing themselves a little bit with how many times they have dove into what looks like maybe 1 or 2 people, end up being like 3 or 4.
Yeah, no, St. Clair here definitely being a little bit more careful, not going in on anything that doesn't seem 100% safe. Placing some wards to make sure that the area is safe, to make sure that they know. Here, Thresh with the hook going in. The ace in the hole taking out Poppy, making sure that that Baron Pit is not going anywhere. And the Herald will most likely head to the Saints here, gathering them even more gold and probably another even more gold when they hit the tower. Here they have a 3,000 gold lead, which is quite well ahead. Zoe here, might I indicate, has a Dark Seal. Zoe intends to do a lot of killing today, and that Dark Seal has 4 stacks, so it gives like 4 AP per stack, I think it is. I don't remember exactly the stats on Dark Seal. I don't really buy the item much personally, because well,
it's so risk and so
yeah,
like risk and reward compared to, because I think if you die, like you lose a bunch of those stacks, right? So,
you lose 5.
yeah, so that can absolutely hurt your long game like consistency, to say the least, and requires you to play kind of perfectly. Yes, we do see it maybe getting a little bit of work here now, as we do see Maddie coming in with the reinforcement. One more shot, and that's exactly what Sephiroth needed to get himself back into this game. Might be able to find themselves another because a free Gragas teleport again. Must have just came right back from the brew and just goes right into a team of 4.
Yeah, that is, when you see that TP, you wish you had a Zhonya's to stop your... Actually, he did have a stopwatch. He could have stopwatched to stop his TP, but he instead, I think, just opted to say, you know what, I already burned one summoner. I'm gonna take the L and die and just keep my stopwatch for something a little bit more important. Because, hey, a stopwatch can save more than one death, right? So... To be fair, I can understand the not stopwatching and just saying, okay, well, I just clicked my TP and I probably shouldn't have. I'm just going to see what happens. And yeah, he just spontaneously combusted.
Yeah, a little bit of instant regret on that one, I'm sure. And that's just going to help Saints get even that much more further ahead here, about 5k or so into the lead as we just kind of start entering this mid-game portion while we now have, of course, Baron Nashor as a possibility. Ace and Fold come out here from Rockboom, do a little bit of chip damage to support Kappa, just going to tank it and move aside. So as we now do take a look at the gold lead, the bot lane is definitely going to be a huge difference. And also even in the jungle, as we do happen to see popping up there on our screen that Maddie did manage to get the kill onto Handai LP. So lots of things going in the favor of Saints, and unfortunately, especially for the Gragas on the side of Desales, maybe not so much.
Yeah, no. They are looking... Dales University is looking in a pretty tough spot here. Their towers are gone. They don't have any pressure, right? It's kind of what I was talking about. Towers are very important because they give pressure, right? So
Absolutely.
when you don't have them, you just instantly lose that pressure. Your lane can be winning in kills, but you don't have that tower. You don't have that safe space to retreat to, right? That's vision loss and that's damage loss. And here, the hook coming in, Poppy just gets instantly assassinated. Those thresh hooks are scary, man, because he can go in, he can pull you right back out onto the side of your team.
Oh, there we go. It's a big damage coming out there between, I think that was Sephiroth and Rockboom, to take out Below Zero, who is the one who is doing probably the strongest across this entire Desales roster. And you mentioned pressure, you mentioned towers. Well, there is no more towers, it seems like, exception of that top, which is going to be not long for this world in just a moment's time. But it's pretty much all down to the Nexus. All inhibitors are going to be dead too. What does Desales do to try and get out of here?
Well, this is a snowball-based game. When the snowball's rolling, you don't stop it.
And they're going to end up transferring this over into a team fight. It does look like down the bot side of things, or mid lane rather. Sephiroth doing a ton of damage, puts Luke to sleep, but not going to be able to finish the job. Rockboom does get caught out though, no mana really in the pocket, but it does not matter when you have a sniper rifle. Takes care of Gragas.
Yep. Caitlyn here, I believe, opting for a lethality build so that Yomu's Ghostblade gives her that movement speed to kite the Gragas, right? Because Gragas doesn't have any movement abilities other than his belly slam. So since he didn't have his ult up, and he used his belly slam to get closer to Caitlyn, Caitlyn was able to use her, essentially her Yomu's to kind of back off and say, okay, I have the movement speed, I can take an auto attack here, one here, and he's dead, right? She has her LDR, so that extra health that she can chip away really hurts that Gragas because, well, he is going to, I guess it's called semi-tank. It's really hard to tell with Gragas. Gragas top is mostly built around health, but at the same time he's built AP. He's probably opting here for a Rabadon's Death Cap next item.
This could be troublesome. We do see Below Zero did manage to get the tower. Gonna try and TP out of there. Can they burst him down? No, actually. So good little TP there from Below Zero to get out of dodge. But with the mid laner going away, I think the Saints are going to take this as their ticket to go snag this Baron.
Yeah, no, the Baron here, Ezreal trying to see where, how the health is going. But yeah, they are melting this Baron, and it is really set up to be on the Saints side here. Poppy just showing up, trying to steal the Baron, and Thresh says no. And Poppy is about to ban. Yep, there you go.
That's supposed to be a tank, by the way. And Poppy is dying as quick as like an enchanter support with the amount of damage that the Saints are doing here into this game. And with the one of the main tanks down, it does leave it all up to Gragas to kind of engage onto this, which means it could be trouble here as the Saints, they backed up, they've got their items, and we see them pushing alongside the super minions. And it's going to be a ton of pressure right on the front doorstep of Desales.
Yeah, definitely. Tanks in this meta right now are kind of non-existent. I don't know. Since a few patches ago, a few. I mean, probably since this season, tanks have been having a rough time. I mean, the sheer amount of damage in the game right now, Kraken Slayer was supposed to get nerfed because it's no longer a mythic item, but instead of true damage, now it just deals more damage. So, yeah, okay, tanks have their resistances, which means that they're not necessarily going to take as much damage, and true damage is best for tanks, but they get melted more. Tanks don't exist in the current league meta. It's all just heavy bruisers or, well, Cassante, because he's everything.
Yeah, he's a little bit of an exception in that regard. But we do have what looks like possibly the final team fight here. The Azrael gets jumped on immediately by Bakery Boy. Bakery Boy is going to be forced to have to go into stasis to try and keep himself alive. Hops out of there. Is A-OK. There goes all of the Nexus turrets. It is exposed. And so are the health bars of this Desales University squad. Double kill for Rock Boom as they push him to the fountain. Gragas is trying to get in there, but all they can do is hop on in, pop the stopwatch, and die. As Desales runs out of time, it is going to be Saints taking the 2-0 here today.
Yep, that is that's a rough time for the Desales. When you start losing in League, you don't stop, and that's one of the things that are rough, really, in this meta, is that the game is decided in the first 10 minutes. All right, you have, okay, this lane won, this lane lost, this lane won, the support lost. Well, I mean, the support can't really lose. It's the support. Or, oh, okay, the jungler lost. Right, you kind of have that scenario, and then from that, you see what happened. Here we can see Zoe with the top DPS, which, I mean, we saw it. The health bars were getting nuked down the second that she was getting them to sleep. Caitlyn, of course, coming out with almost the same amount of damage. They're 100 damage. Yeah. They're 100 damage off. Ezreal was keeping up with the damage comparatively to Caitlyn, right? He had pretty much the same amount, or, well, trying to keep up with that same amount.
Taking a look at this, this is the heartbreaking thing here for Desales, because I would argue that they played like overall rather solid, but yet it still felt so snowbally, which is just heartbreaking there for Below Zero, Luke, and then I'll put Kappa into that one as well, because like they did a solid job during their laning phase, and we even look at their KDAs. They have KDAs that are better than the Saints in this regard. Below Zero's Orianna, 6 shockwaves all match long, and getting tons of eliminations and assists. Same thing there with Luke, was able to keep himself safe for the longest period of time. But they had no front line.
Nope.
Like, at all. The Poppy, like I was saying before, felt like it was as squishy as an Enchanter support, so just immediately getting deleted. And then poor Unhand Thy IP, or I keep saying IP, but LP, basically non-factor, really, on that Gragas.
It's actually due to the builds. So I had to look at Poppy and Gragas' builds. Poppy was going Divine Sunder in what I believe was probably going to be a Dead Man's Plate. Now that build on Poppy is usually, I believe, paired with Dark Harvest. I don't know, I didn't see her runes. But that build is a lot squishier than your standard Iceborne Gauntlet Poppy, right? Because that's what she usually builds. I mean, I've seen a few Heartsteals or Redemption. Yeah, Redemption.
Is that more of a, I don't want to call it a solo queue build, but like a build that you would use to kind of rely on yourself instead of being the team player a little bit more?
I would tend to say it's a build that's centered more around that damage aspect that you look for in your solo queue games to kind of 1v9 solo carry.
Right.
But at the same time, like, it does have that tankiness, and it is strong in some situations where your team does like that damage. The problem is, here when you look at the itemization on both sides, right, you're going to have that Poppy build, and you put it side to side with, oh, I don't know, the Orianna, the Ezreal. You saw that the Ezreal, he was well ahead. He had his skills.
Oh, yeah, they
right?
were doing good.
And the Orianna was very strong. She was ahead. So going for that Divine Sunderer for that build isn't the best idea. But the problem is, you don't know if your lanes are going to be ahead or not.
Right, because this is reliant on the runes that you would pick up prior
Exactly.
to the game, right?
So if your runes are already set, and then you say, oh, my lanes are ahead, I don't need to build
Well,
damage.
it's too bad.
Well, too bad, you're either building damage, or you're going to have a useless keystone,
Right.
right?
Which is, yeah, that's definitely a hard spot to go put yourself into. And I'm guessing after game number 1, the jungler felt like they maybe had to put a little bit more weight on their shoulders going for that damage. Meanwhile, the mid lane and bot lane definitely did do a very, very good job and just kind of threw themselves off. But nonetheless, though, cannot take anything away here from our Saints with a solid, dominating snowbally 2-0 victory. And kind of recapping the day as a whole. So our Overwatch squad having quite the achievements, going through the NACE StarLeague Varsity Premier League, not only with a perfect 7-0 record, but also not dropping a single map the entire time, which is absolutely ridiculous and impressive. They are on an absolute tear. And also alongside for the Rocket League squad, 3-1 victory today. Glad to see that they were able to rebound after what was an absolute heartbreaker versus Ole Miss last week. Literally, they ended up getting reverse swept, but it got lost on the final second of Game 5. Comes back this week. Rather convincing win. It was good to see.
Yeah,
And then,
feeling
of
good
course,
today.
the domination kind of continues here with the league squad as well. But with that being said, any final thoughts before we close out for the night?
I'm excited to see where this is going to go. I mean, we saw that they wrapped up their perfect season. I mean, I still can't believe it. 7 games.
Mhm.
All won without a singular mistake.
Yep, all 3 O's.
I don't know. My brain just can't process that for some reason. It must be my low elo brain or something. Just the inability to understand not losing.
Hey, it's quite the feat that not a lot of players will have the opportunity of saying they've gotten to do. So it was fantastic seeing them being able to do so. Of course, big thank yous go around. First off, Gabriel, thank you for commentating.
Yes.
Thank you to Patrick, of course, as well, who did join us on the desk here for Overwatch and Rocket League for that first initial portion of League of Legends. To Amanda, Matthias, Daniil, all in the studio, making sure that we get all of the shots possible, as well as Ari for observing, TJ for observing, and then also Matthias was observing for League of Legends as well. So I guess a bit of a double thank you there to Matthias. But
We love the legends in the back.
yeah, big thank you to everybody, and of course to everybody for tuning in. With that being said, though, this week is not going to be done in terms of broadcasts. You'll absolutely see us back here tomorrow. Another Saints game day will be on the cards as per exactly what is being broadcast. We're not 100% sure yet.
Yeah,
There is
no.
a lot to choose from. So we'll definitely make sure that we post that on Twitter once we do get that all closed up and figured out. But now, time to call it a night. Big thank you again for everybody tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.